What's up, everybody? My name is Daniel Oderinde and I'm here with another lifetime principle like I always promised. And the principle for this week and the topic for this week is something which I like to call nocturnal nature. Yeah, I like to call this one nocturnal nature. Why? Because I'm not going animal on you and I'm not turning into an animal lover right now, but I've learned from my own pets at home what we're missing to get successful in life. I've learned from my own pet hamster taught me a trait that I needed and a skill which I needed to be successful. And it all started last year when my pet hamster, we called him Harry, when I would always wake up in the middle of the night to go through my daily routines or to go through some tasks, I would always notice that Harry was always awake. Like Harry was running in his wheel, Harry was running on his little cycle, like Harry was just always awake, like wide awake at 3 a.m. in the morning. And I was thinking to myself at first, like, come on Harry, you need to go to sleep. Like, we've given you your food, we've given you your water, like we've given you everything that you need. It's just time to rest for a little bit. But one thing that I noticed as well was that day after day, time after time, Harry would never sleep. Like Harry just wouldn't sleep. And it's a thing where some days Harry would actually wake me and my sisters up before we really needed to wake up. And eventually I did my research and I understood that a hamster like Harry was nocturnal. And for hamsters, they don't really sleep, they don't sleep. And with some other animals such as owls and fish, they have specific traits that enable them to either be awake or enable them to survive in the night, in dark conditions, in the nighttime. And one thing that taught me was, especially with Harry, was that Harry was always available. Like whatever the time was, whatever time of day it was, morning, afternoon, evening, nighttime, Harry was just always available. He was awake. And this is what I needed to learn to bridge the gap for me and my success personally. And it was, I had to be awake. And some people, you want some opportunities, you want to see some opportunities in life, but the reason why you haven't seized some opportunities that you really want to seize is because you're not available for them. Like, listen to me. Some of you, you're not available for the opportunities that you want. You talk about you wanting those opportunities. You say, I want it. You put the posters on your wall and everything, but when the opportunity comes about, you're saying, sorry, I can't do this today. So how are you going to seize an opportunity when you're not ready for the opportunity, when you're not showing up for the opportunity? And it's crazy because I finally learned at the age of 16 that I always had to be available for the things that I wanted. And the story goes like this. There was one Sunday where I finished training one day and I had to run some errands in the shopping mall of the city centre that we call it in Milton Keynes. So after training, I just put on a tracksuit and I went up to the city centre. I ran my errands and I saw a friend in a sports shop. And I told my friend, I said, how are you, blah, blah, blah. We had a conversation and he told me that his workplace were having some interviews later on that evening. And obviously I was young, 16, I just got my national insurance number. I was pumped up to get a job. And I said, could you give in a word to your manager for me? So he went over to the manager, he spoke to the manager, put in some few words for me. And his manager said to him, if your friend can bring in his CV and then come in later on this evening, he can have an interview. So I was like, whoa, like, I'm not even prepared. Like this evening, he was like, yeah, this is the last interview slot that we have. He said, this evening, Daniel, like, if you can bring your CV, just come in this evening. I was like, well, okay, I'm gonna be an hour. And you know, on Sundays, the buses don't really run on a regular time frame. They're not that frequent on a Sunday. So I just had to go out on the limb. I had to go get my CV, had to quickly finish it off. And that probably took me around an hour and a half to 2 hours just to get a CV. So I brought in my CV. The manager looked through it. He said, yeah, come back 6 o'clock in the evening. So I came back 6 o'clock in the evening and the interview came about and I went for the interview, etc., etc. And eventually I got the job. But one thing that I realized, I didn't just get the job because of my CV. I got the job because I was available. Some people, their friends would have told me, yeah, you need to bring the CV today. I need to be back later on this evening. Some people wouldn't have been available to do that. They would have said, oh, sorry, I can't really do that today. But one thing that I'm trying to tell you is that for you to seize any opportunity that you want to seize in life, we have to have the nocturnal nature. We've got to be like Harry. We've got to be awake at all times of the day. Because when we sleep, the reason why millionaires are millionaires is because they use their 24 hours wisely. So sometimes they're not even sleeping at night. They're always awake, like flat out. Some days they don't sleep. Why? Because they know that some opportunities are around that if they sleep, they will miss out on the opportunities. And you need to realize that yourself. Some days you can't sleep. Why? Because you're going to be sleeping on the job and you can't sleep on the job. For any opportunity that you want to seize, for your goals, if you really want to achieve your goals, you've got to be available for it. You have to have the nocturnal nature that your goal is something that drives you. And the opportunity for you to achieve that goal drives you too. So what does that mean? You're always going to be available for it. When that phone rings, when you see that job, when you see that this place is looking for a job, when you see an opportunity that has arisen, you've always got to be available for it. Because if you're not available, listen to me, if you're not available for that opportunity, someone else is going to take it. Listen to me right now. If you're not available for your opportunity, someone else will take it. And you have to have the mindset that it's a first come, first serve basis. Listen to me. Success is a first come, first serve basis. If you're not available when the opportunity has arisen, someone else will take it. I'm telling you, someone's watching this right now and they're wondering why they haven't seized an opportunity yet, or they're wondering why they haven't achieved their goals yet. And I'm telling you, it's because you're not available yet. You're not giving 100% to your opportunity. Listen to me. You're only showing up when you want to show up. You're only going for this interview when it fits your schedule. No. You need to realize there are some things you have to go uncomfortable. You have to be uncomfortable to achieve them. Like flat out. You have to be uncomfortable to achieve this. You have to be uncomfortable to seize this. Some things, they're just going to come at you and you won't even be ready for it. Like for me, my first job, I was not ready for that. I wasn't ready for the interview. But I realized that if I really wanted this job, I had to be available for it. So that's the thing that I had to do myself. And I'm telling you, what you have to do as well, we have to be nocturnal animals right now. We have to adapt. We have to adopt that nocturnal nature, and we have to be available. I'm telling you right now, we have to be available for the opportunities in life. Because if we're not, we will never seize them. I'm telling you right now, if we don't become available for our opportunities, we will never seize them. But listen to me right now. We have to, it's a nocturnal nature, guys. Listen to me. We have to be like Harry. Even if it's 3 a.m. in the morning and a job opens up a role, and that's a role that you wanted, you have to be ready. You have to be awake at 2:45 in the morning. Listen to me. You've got to be up at 1 o'clock in the morning if you know that role is going to be about. So what am I trying to say? We have to adopt the nocturnal nature. And when we adopt that nocturnal nature, we make ourselves available for things. Listen to me, the rewards are endless. When you make yourself available for things, the rewards are endless. What am I trying to say? When you make yourself available, when you open yourselves up to opportunities, you open up so much more doors for yourselves. If you're a closed person, you're only working when you feel like working. When you want to work, you limit what you can achieve. You limit the rewards that you can get. So what am I trying to say? Adopt the nocturnal nature and you will open much more doors for yourself. But listen to me again, before I leave. Success is dependent upon the second letter and the vital organ within that letter. Listen to me, success is dependent on the heart. So again, this is Daniel Oderinde telling you that we need to adopt the nocturnal nature. We need to start living like hamsters right now. Why? Because availability breeds success. So I'll see you next time. Peace.